Okay, everybody, welcome back to the COVID countdown. That's for you, Ann. And I'm here today with Ann McNeil and Susan Voss, and we are here to talk to another colleague who seems to have a chicken growing out of her head and and has found a very unique way to use her time in lockdown. So, Susan, take it away.
Yes, thank you. We invited Ann McNeil, owner of EnVogue Salon, to join us today to talk about, a couple different things. And her salon is a high-end rental salon in, is it Overland Park or Leawood, Ann?
Overland Park, but it borders on Leawood, but technically the postage is Overland Park, 119th and Metcalf.
Yes, right.
Great
And so
location.
EnVogue is one of the longest established rental salons in the state of Kansas. Not only that, Ann's pretty talented and wonderful. She was on vacation when all of this stuff started coming down. I was looking at her wonderful stories thinking, oh my gosh, well, at least she's getting some good sunshine. So what we'd like to know from Ann today is just kind of how that played out and really how you're doing and how this whole thing is progressing as far as the salon is doing. So take it away.
Well, okay. So yeah, we were in Kauai when everything started getting a little wacky, and I am embarrassed to say that I didn't take it too seriously when we left. I thought, oh, and then halfway into the trip is when every time you turn on the news, things were getting worse, and I was comforted by the fact that the island itself was taking it super seriously while we were there. They had a 9 o'clock curfew in place when we left, where you got fined or put in jail. Everybody had gloves on. Everybody. If they gave you a pen to sign something, it was in a disposable package, so they threw it away afterwards. Menus they threw away. So they were really taking it one step above. So, but we flew into Seattle and out of LA, or back to LA. So we flew in and out of two of the hot spots. So we started quarantine when we returned. So I've actually been in quarantine since, was it the 13th? I don't know. If do you guys feel like, do you know what day it is?
No.
I'm like, and I have to say our team was just amazing. Without even being asked, we were on a group chat. Communication is so important. And now you realize how much more important it is when you don't have the access that you're used to having with people. And so everybody was just making sure that they brought extra cleaning solution. We had all of our clients spaced out 6 feet. We had apart while they were doing their service. We had people wait in their car until it was time for their appointment. So we had an appropriate amount of time to wipe everything down. And so we'd stayed in contact like that. I'm going to put together a salon Zoom call just so we have that interaction.
Have you received any type of rent forgiveness or abatement from your landlord, or how are you handling that with your employees?
Well, I'm not charging anyone. A few of them were kind enough to leave me a full week's rent with the day that they worked on their own. I was just charging them a day rate that day, but they with their big heart decided to just leave me a full week. So that was helpful. So my landlord is, as of right now, there'll be like a deferred payment. He'll work with me. So I don't have to come up with thousands of dollars when nobody's working. But again, I think everything's kind of up in the air, because on a legal side, if a business isn't able to be operated because it's been shut down by the government, is it legal? Are you still legally responsible for that rent? So all of that stuff is yet to be really but I know that one thing I've learned is there are options. There are always options. Thank you guys for putting this together. It's great to have everybody's perspective and maybe throw out some ideas that some of us haven't thought of, so that we can, as a community, work together and make sure that when our businesses are back up and running, we can be set up for success right away. And if not, rebrand ourselves like Bill talked about. This is I have one word for this whole discussion, it's opportunity. There's a huge
Agreed.
opportunity in not only our personal lives, but our business lives. And I've just been overwhelmed with gratitude that just for the humankind and for our relationships that we have that we take for granted every day. This is a perfect time to go back to the basics of so many things in our business, of your consultation with your clients. So when you have, everybody has time right now, right? So when you're on the phone with them, you literally can plan out things that you kind of forget to maybe talk to them about, other services that they can do for themselves. And so I think we have a wealth of information at our fingertips. Find what works for you and sit down and go through. Even the people you haven't heard from in a long time, reach out to them, get them on your books in May. I mean, nobody has any excuse not to have a full book in May.
That's right.
I mean, so, and, you know, so I think, again, opportunity. Take this time to really dissect your business. And if you don't have a good program in place for your booking system, or just your the way that you're booking your appointments, all of it, go back to like when you're building your clientele, because you are probably going to lose a few clients, because who knows what is going to happen to a lot of people's jobs, right? So I also agreed with what Nicole said with don't discount yourself, because there's a lot of people out there that will still be able to afford you and come back. There's nothing wrong with maybe giving a little appreciation, maybe give them a deep condition that costs you nothing, that takes 5 minutes in the bowl. Give them a little extra TLC when you see them.
And also lets them know when you can throw a little extra on there that you know, you care enough to understand that their pocketbook might be suffering a little bit too. And so those little added touches do help.
Because I think people understand what position we're in, and if they don't, then they're living under a rock. You know, that we've had no income, and that it is a struggle for us in particular. Just like servers, you know, I mean, there's certain industries that are going to be hit harder or differently, I guess, throughout this whole process. And oh my gosh, the service industry is a big one.
Well, I will say that, and Bill talked about this, about all the recessions he's been through, and I went through 08, and the thing is, he said this in one of his posts, vanity is not going anywhere. and the people that are working need to get their hair done. So our industry is a little, I mean, yes, if we don't work, we don't get paid like the restaurant industry, but we have a craft that people need that are working.
Yeah, they definitely do. So
what are you doing on your time off, Ann?
I have been so busy. I just said, no wonder I don't get anything done when I'm working, because I've just been, you know, when we got back, we really wanted to make sure we all stuck to a structure plan every day. And so and not treat it like a vacation. So we've tried to treat it like a school night every night, other than the weekends. And my daughter started her online schooling today. My husband's working from home. But even before that started this week, we're doing things that we weren't doing before. We're taking a walk every afternoon. And my daughter and I are doing a online workout together every day. And I'm trying to meditate more. And I've been doing a lot of organizing.
I know, right? Yeah.
Painting, really just trying to stay busy and productive and reaching out to people. I try and do a few FaceTime with whoever, whether it's a client or a friend a day. That connection is so important. And I think that's what I'm getting out of a lot, is just how much I appreciate the people in my life, or my clients or my family, and reaching out to them and letting them know that I'm thinking about them. I mean, so many people there's so much anxiety and fear right now. You can just feel it. And so I was just saying, it's funny how when you're usually go on a walk, people maybe will look up and say, and every single person's like, hi, how are you? Yep. Everyone is so excited to see somebody. Yeah. So it's good. I think a lot of good can come out of this situation, hopefully. one other thing I wanted to tell you that we've been incorporating is we have been eating dinner together every night, and that's so nice. And that's one of those oldies but goodies that they talk about that families have gotten away from, is just sitting down and having dinner together. And we go around the table and we say 3 specific things that we're grateful for that happened during the day.
Well, that's nice.
That is cool. And I kind of do the same thing with my kids. Like, what was the best thing about today? You know, and so I agree, just checking in, and it's definitely great for family time.
Oh yeah, it is. There's all kind of statistics and studies they've done on it, that it affects the children's self-esteem for positive by having family dinner. And the 3 things of gratitude, they did a study on that too. And they used it as, if you do a gratitude journal, when you do it before bed, you take that energy into your sleep. And so you have a more positive sleep and you wake up in a better positive
I'm going to
mood.
try that.
Yeah. Because,
that beats
I always
swear
thought
jar.
yeah. Well, it's funny because when things were normal before all this happened, I'm embarrassed to say sometimes I would go to bed and I had a hard time coming up with 3 things I was happy for that day. Because you're not supposed to be general and go, oh, I'm happy for my health, or happy that I have a roof over my head. It has to be 3 specific things. And I think, God, this quarantine has made me grateful for everything. And so,
Well, these were great, helpful tips. Well, Ann, we just want to thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us about, from a landlord's perspective, truly, with, having all these boost renters and sharing with us what you're doing for your community and how it's been for you to transition into this lockdown mode. And having to that, and I do want to bring up now before we come to the close, about, I don't know if you know this, but Susan, through the Salon Spa Connection, is doing an online fundraiser charity for those in need. And so we want you to go to the salonspaconnection.com if you can donate. Gift cards, supplies, anything and everything will be needed. And then Susan can tell everybody where they can log into and how they can apply and what they need to do.
Right. I'm on it. And I want to thank you guys again for asking me to join you, and just for doing this and everything. The Salon Spa Connection, I've told Susan over and over again, I'm just so thankful that she's put this business together. It's needed, and she's putting herself on the map. I see this being a huge success. And the other thing, in case people that I haven't watched all of these, everyone watched all of these, is the first one. Again, I wrote down names. Nicole, I didn't know that you could go live and find out what they're doing at the state board, so you can participate in these meetings. That was awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was really helpful. She's awesome.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of hairstylists know that.
No, and I think, again, one of the things we had hoped to do with that was to dispel the myth, and she made it really clear. The board is there to enforce the laws that have been made and the regulations that are. But more importantly, the board is there to protect the public and to enforce health and safety standards. And we fall under the same health standard as medical doctors do. That same OSHA board oversees us on how we clean, disinfect, client safety and infection control. And so for the public out there, we are really part of wellness. We are part of health and wellness, and we're not just to make you pretty. We care about your health, and we care about your welfare, and we care about your safety. And that's why Susan started this fundraiser. And so
it's awesome. Of course she did. She's always thinking about others in our community.
Yes. So Susan, tell us where they can go and what they can do.
So from our homepage, just it depends on if you're looking at a laptop or a mobile, but you can get to the coronavirus assistance program that we have going from the homepage, from the menu or on the top bar. And what that is for any licensed professional here in Kansas City in our community. So if it's a hairstylist, nail tech, barber, esthetician, a massage therapist, whatever you are, if you're in need of a little extra help, we are gathering donors and donations together in order to kind of help you get through this time. And you can either, if you're a donor, you can donate items or money or whatever directly to Salon Spa Connection through our form, or you can go to the GoFundMe link on the page. So all kinds of options there. Really need more donations as far as food and gift cards, any type of help that you can give us for our community. We would really help, because there's a lot of people who are in need, and that's not going to get better anytime soon. And
No.
we're thankful for the government, but that's something that's just sort of taking shape, and we're all waiting. I don't know anybody who's actually gotten the money yet, and so I'm not that we won't. I'm sure that we will, but it is, it's a waiting
But will
game.
it be in time?
Right.
And can we help you in the interim? How can we help in
Yeah.
the interim? And I think that's really what this is about. We're not trying to, ask everybody to give up tens of thousands of dollars, because tangible items are so necessary. Food, frozen foods, canned goods, gift
Diapers.
cards, a utility bill paid, baby diapers, all that stuff. So we want to help in the interim until the rules are in place and we know what to do and where to go. And if all of those things matter. So, all right. Well, thank you again so much, Ann, for joining us.
Oh,
and
thank you
I'll
guys
look
so
forward to
much.
posting this episode. And Susan, I will see you tomorrow.
All right.
And thanks for watching the COVID countdown.
And it was nice to meet you. I hope to meet you in person.
Yeah, me too. All right. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.